What's up, everybody? How you doing? Happy Tuesday. It's crazy how fast the week is already progressing. Well, anyways, I wanted to take this opportunity to kind of share a pretty crazy story and let you know that this stuff is real. And especially in today's marketplace where things are extremely competitive, very chaotic, and very quick moving, it's very, very easy for someone to get sucked into this, especially if they don't have, the right representation. Someone that's really looking at everything that's going on and guiding them and making sure that they're filling in the blanks for their clients. Real estate right now is insane. We're seeing it. Our buyers are seeing, multiple offers. Our sellers are seeing multiple offers. Lots of competition, and I said lots of emotion. You start adding all those ingredients into this, and people do sometimes, not pay full attention, and things can happen. So, just had a transaction about 2 weeks ago. Won't name drop or give any, we'll say, exact detail. I do think that, everyone did their best in this transaction to avoid this, but I do believe that there were certain things that could have been done a lot better on the representation side as far as these people that had this happen to. We were representing the seller, beautiful home in Phoenix. It was just $1 million, unbelievable views. What a crazy transaction. There was a few delays. If I could go into detail and probably go on a tangent on a lot of things that made me lose hair on this transaction. But regardless, we finally end up pulling everything together. It's a last minute situation for these buyers. They really put themselves in some exposure for the fact that they were literally living in a VRBO because they rented their current house out, and they kept having loan issues, which were delaying things for buying the home that we were listing. So they were in this really weird spot. We were starting to get frustrated, and it was ultimately coming down to the 11th hour before my sellers were going to have to make a decision whether they were going to cancel and move on and find another buyer. So you can imagine the stress that these buyers were having, knowing that their loan is kind of up in the air. They don't have a place to live. They're spending a lot of money as far as the VRBO goes. So here we are, about 2 weeks ago, getting ready to close. We get word from the lender, hey, documents have been received at title. Everyone's high-fiving. At that point in time, I've been doing this for almost 20 years. When docs come in, it's usually a good sign that things are good to go and we're going to get this deal closed. Well, something twinged in my gut. I even told my wife, I'm like, I'm not even saying anything until this is done because this whole deal's been wacky. Well, sure enough, Denise, my wonderful title agent, notifies me and says, hey, I'll give a shout out, Magnus Title, MTA, they're awesome. Says, hey, we got docs, good stuff. Looks like we'll be able to get this wrapped up and closed tomorrow. That's great. About 45 minutes later, I get a call from Denise saying, hey, are you sitting down? And I was like, no, what's going on? It's the last thing you want to hear when someone opens up a conversation. She goes, so the buyers just called in and we were talking about closing, and I advised them that, they need to wire in their final proceeds. And the buyers were like, what are you talking about? We wired that in on Monday. And she goes, what do you mean? She goes, no, I don't have anything. Yeah, well, anyways, these people, poor people, wired $92,000 to someone that was fraudulent. Yeah, $92,000. They just learned of this night where they thought everything was good. What ended up happening is someone hacked their email. They ultimately got into their email. They pretended to be the title company. And they gave them instructions to go ahead and wire in their money to this location. And they did. And this is where it's super, super important for, us as realtors, to really make sure that our buyers and sellers understand the importance of verifying every action, especially when it comes to the transfer of money in today's times. There's a lot of fraudulent activity out there. And these guys are very, very sneaky. The way that this was orchestrated was unbelievable. There was clearly pros involved. They were monitoring these people, not for sure how long, potentially monitoring their lender, might even have hacked their lender's email to kind of learn, the nature of what these people were dealing with. I do think they knew they were frustrated. I do think they knew that they were vulnerable. And I do think that they knew that there was some inexperienced people around them that kind of didn't see this coming. But that being said, yeah, these people wired $92,000 to someone that they lost. It's gone. There's really nothing they can do because they actually enacted the wire. So it wasn't like someone came into their account and stole it. No, they actually sent it. It's absolutely insane what's going on. And Dave, I'm sure you have plenty of stories. Oh God, it's crazy. And it's super sad because you think like, oh my God, I'm going to be protected by this, but you're not. So super, super important. I can't stress enough. When you're getting to these final crunch times in any transaction, especially when money's being shuffled around, take a deep breath. If your gut's saying one thing or doesn't look right, always reach out to your realtor, to your lender. And make sure you ask these questions. If you're sending any information that seems fishy, like, hey, this one says, sorry, our phone systems are down. This was the email that was supposedly sent from the title company stating, hey, our phone systems are down right now, so we're not able to talk, but here's the wiring instructions to send your money. That right there just sounds fishy. It's just like when someone calls you stating that they're from, your bank or from PayPal or anything like that, and they're saying, hey, now give us some personal information so we can verify it's you. Bullshit. Don't do that. Stop immediately. My wife got a call like that the other day. Unbelievable. They were pretty much stating that, hey, some money's been fraudulently charged to your account from PayPal. We're a PayPal representative. And she quickly was like, this doesn't make any sense, and started asking them questions. They got irate. Customer service people don't get irate. Thieves do. So she quickly hung up the phone. Our plumber was just telling us a story too. SRP, someone called claiming that they were SRP, got his poor wife on the phone, totally manipulated the situation, said that their power's about to be shut off and all this bullshit, and she needs to, quickly wire like $2,500 in or give them $2,500, and she did. So there's a lot of this happening right now, and it's typical. People are emotional, people are frustrated, people, are dealing with a lot, and especially when it comes to real estate. So, my best advice is first make sure that you're represented by the right people. Know that their experience is what's going to protect you. Know by asking them questions if you don't know them, to get a good feel from their experience and what they do to safeguard these type of things, and use caution. So absolutely crazy, felt terrible. They were still able to close the deal, but $92,000 gone like that. I'm sure the feds and all that will get involved due to the amount of money, but are they really going to find anything? Who knows? The more I hear about this, it happens all the time. I've been doing this for close to 20 years now, and I've never had anything like this happen to someone that was involved in a direct transaction of mine. So super, super crazy. So once again, guys, be careful out there. Know your representation, ask those questions, and at the end of the day, if you have all those things in line, you'll see success. So awesome. Thanks for joining. Let me know how it's going out there, and if anyone needs any help with real estate, don't hesitate reaching out to us. All right, we'll talk to you later.